substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. For by it the elders obtained a good testimony. By faith we understand that the worlds were framed by the word of God, so that the things which are seen were not made of things which are visible.
Thank you, Brother, for that. Appreciate it. One of these days I'll get to a lesson in Hebrews. Hebrews has a lot of to it. Our lesson today is going to come from the book of Acts. I had them read this because the title of my lesson today is Faith in Christ, Past Faith. I had them read that because you're going to see this is the faith that drove Paul to deal with what he had to deal with in Acts chapter 24. But you know, I love talking about faith because faith is, for some people, not something you can see, something you can grab onto. It's not tangible for us. See, so you have to ask the question, what is faith? So I'm going to think about what is faith for a second there. Now, just to remind you, if you hadn't had the opportunity to fill out a attendance card, go ahead and do that now and pass this in our house so our young man can pick those up a little later. But ask yourself, what is faith in Christ? It's not just faith in anything. Because if you have faith in anything, you're going to go off somewhere else. But we're talking about what is faith in Christ. You see in the context of Acts chapter 24, it's having the courage to stand before a hostile group of people and then keeping yourself as a witness for Christ, no matter how they're approaching you. But we see that Jesus, we're reminded in Acts chapter 20, chapter 4 and verse 11, where Jesus is telling Paul, "Take courage, for as for you have solemnly witnessed to my cause at Jerusalem, so you must witness to Rome also." So we're going to see in context for Acts chapter 24, Paul's going to witness his faith in Christ before the Roman governor Felix. We also see from the text, if you back all the way to chapter 3 towards the end, verse 35, going to verse 1, you're going to see it's only been 5 days. 5 days is the context between chapter 23 and chapter 24. 5 days between Felix healing the case for Paul. But you're going to see where the high priest Annas comes down. He's going to bring a Roman lawyer with him. He comes down with other elders, Jewish elders. But you're going to see that they bring charges to the governor Felix against Paul. What we see as we go up to the context that as Paul, the prisoner of Rome, per their Roman custom, there was a letter sent with Paul. And we're going to read that starting in verse 35 when we get into our context today. So he says, actually we'll start in verse 34. This is Felix. When he had read it, he asked from what province was and when he learned what province he was, and he would learn that he was from Cilicia. And he said, "I will give you a hearing after your accusers arrive also, giving orders for him to keep silent in Herod's praetorium." So as we move our context to verse 1, it says, "After 5 days the high priest Annas came down with some elders with the attorney named Tertullus, and they brought charges to the governor against Paul. After Paul had been summoned, Tertullus began to accuse him, saying to the governor, 'Since we have through you obtained much peace, and since by your promised reforms are being carried out for this nation, we acknowledge that in every way and from everywhere, most excellent Felix, with all thankfulness, but that I may not weary you any further, I beg you to grant us your kindness and brief hearing. For we have found this man a real pest and a fellow who stirs up dissension among all the Jews throughout the world, and a ringleader of the sect of the Nazarenes. And he even tried to desecrate the temple. And when we arrested him, we wanted to judge him according to our own law. But Lysias, the commander, came along and with much violence took him out of our hands, ordering his accusers to come before you. By examining him yourselves concerning all these matters, you will be able to ascertain the things which we accuse him. The Jews also joined in the attack, asserting that these things were so. So we see the first thing that Paul has to deal with for our first part today is he's facing lies against him. So first of all, we're going to see that he's facing lies. They're saying that he's stirring up the world. Really, we know from the context, Paul wasn't the one that was stirring up, the people stirring up issues. There was no issues in Jerusalem until a group of Jews came from Asia and stirred stuff up. Yet they're going to blame Paul and say, because he's following this Jesus of Nazareth, he's a sect of the Nazarenes. Now, you know where we got this sect of Nazarenes. How they tried to accuse him was, remember, in the last chapter, he was with a group of people who were taking a Nazarene vow. They shaved their heads and all this stuff. So that's what they're trying to say. He's from the sect of the Nazarenes. They tried to manipulate the truth right there. So they're telling one lie right there. But Paul had to face that lie. The second lie that said that he came and desecrated the temple. So we're saying, how in the world is he talking about desecrating the temple? They're saying, well, he brought Gentiles, and that's how he's desecrating the temple. But you see, they tried to make their lie seem credible by bringing in this high-powered lawyer who is Roman. And notice they tried to butter up Felix. Because they're saying, we've had much peace because of your reign. But we see that we're going to see Paul's response in facing lies. You see, in our Christian life, we have to deal with people. We have to face lies in our Christianity. Sometimes we lie to ourselves. And that's one of the biggest struggles. We lie to ourselves thinking, you know what, I can sin a little bit, but I can ask for forgiveness to be okay. And see, that's how we get off track. It starts little, but it says sin is a snare. It snares you and grabs you. Really, we're lying to ourselves. But you see, sometimes you have to deal with accusers. Because there are people in our world today right now that say, Christians, you're a bunch of bigot, negative. As we were talking about in class today, someone brought up, they're calling us, really saying we're unchristian. We're just a bunch of negative people that have nothing to offer the world. Guess what? That's a lie. The Bible offers, I might fail you as a person, you might fail other people, but God's word has much to offer. And anyone says otherwise, they're lying to themselves. But see, this is the lie that they were facing. The problem is, what they were concerned about is they did not face the truth that Jesus was the Son of God. And this is what they really were up against. And this is what they wanted to condemn. But you notice that in their argumentation, they never mentioned that they were divided on their customs. How the Pharisees from last chapter said that we believe in the resurrection. But the Sadducees said, well, we don't. And so that's why we want to kill Paul. And then the Pharisees come to Paul's defense. They don't bring that part up. They just say he upsets the world. That's all he's doing, disturbing the world. So again, I say that they're facing lies. We're going to see in second part today that Paul stands on the truth. How do you face lies? And how do you stand up for your faith in Christ? How do you pass that test? You stand up. You stand on the truth. We're going to see this in verses 10 through 21. So the Bible reads that the governor had nodded for him to speak. Paul responded. Here's Paul's response to these lies. Knowing that for many years you have been a judge to the nation, I cheerfully make my defense. Since you can take note of the fact that no more than 12 days ago I went up to Jerusalem to worship. Neither in the temple, nor in the synagogues, nor in the city itself did they find me carrying on a discussion with anyone or causing a riot. Nor can they prove to you the charges of which they accuse me. But this I admit to you, that according to the way which they call the sect, I serve the God of our fathers, believing everything that is in accordance with the law that is written in the prophets, having a hope of God, which these men cherish themselves, and that there shall certainly be a resurrection of both the righteous and the wicked. In this view, from this view, I also do my best to maintain always a blameless conscience both before God and before men. Now, after several years, I came to bring alms to my nation and to present offerings in which they found me occupied in the temple, having been purified without any crowd or uproar. But there were some Jews from Asia who ought to be presented before you and to make accusation if they should have anything against me. Or else let these men themselves tell you misdeed they have found when I stood before the council. Other than for this one statement which I shouted out while standing among them, for the resurrection of the dead, I am on trial before you today. The resurrection of the dead of what? Of whom? Of who? Jesus. So we see that Paul's telling the truth. If you want to defeat enemies of God, don't sit there and try to go to their game. Remember, we have the truth. We're talking about Christ. You don't have to get hostile with people when you talk about Christ. You know why? Because we can stand on the truth. And see, that's what Paul did. He stand on the factual truth. That they had no issue when he came in with his vow. Remember, they did that in chapter 22. He came in with a group of a vow. They didn't say anything. When he worked in the temple, those who were in Jerusalem said nothing. And remember when he gave alms and was preaching to the people in the temple, they didn't do anything until a group from Asia, Jews from Asia, came and stirred up stuff. But those weren't the ones accusing Paul. Isn't that funny how things go when people want to tell lies? The thing is, when you're a Christian, you've got to stand on the truth. Don't be afraid of truth. The reason why we have issues today in the Lord's church and people are going to and fro is, hey, itchy ears. But that's not. They compromise the truth. If you want to be successful in communicating God's word to people, you've got to stand on truth and don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of someone's going to call you a bigot. What you need to do is truth and love. Truth and love. Don't be hostile towards people, because notice Paul didn't do it. He just pointed out the facts and let them deal with the consequences of what the facts look like. Stay with the facts. Stay with the facts, because that is what you need to do to reach people. But notice, he never backed down on what Jesus Christ is the Son of God, because there are many people that still want to deny who Jesus was. They want to say Jesus is still just a man, not the Son of God. They want to say, you know, that resurrection never happened. They really just, somebody just moved a body, put a fake body there. That's the type of lies that people are saying. But we have to stand on the truth. And he had the truth was on his side, because there was no uproar. The Jews from Asia were the one causing uproar. But they couldn't even really, truly, possibly accuse them. I'll tell you what, when I was in elementary school, I was falsely accused once. You know, I was brought into the assistant principal's office, and he started chewing me out, yelling and saying, you know, there was an accusation of a young boy touched a young girl, and they just brought me in. Because I was the only one that looked like me in this class, so I had to be the guilty party. So this assistant principal was chewing me out in his class, or in his office. And so they bring the young girl in, and the girl says, was this the man that touched you? Was this the young boy that touched you? He said, no, it was this other kid. So this guy's face turned pale, white, and you realize, uh-oh, I'm yelling at an innocent kid who didn't do anything. And then that kid got in trouble, obviously. But what's interesting is, you know, I never told my parents what happened that day, because it was resolved to me. But the point is, when you have the truth on your side, you can stand up to falsehood. You got to stand on the truth. But see, you know, if I was a kid that was acting out, and a kid that was known for touching people, it's because I knew full well don't touch other people, because I had a twin brother that had to deal with that all the time. When you follow the Lord, you can stand on the truth. The point is, you can stand on faith in Christ and pass that test. So he passed the test of getting to the rise. He could pass the test of standing on the truth. Why? Because he was standing on his faith in Christ, the truth of the gospel. And that's what we need to do today as well. Our third point for today is verses 22 to 27. We see making a decision. You've got to make a decision to stand on your faith in Christ. We're going to see an individual who did not do such things as Paul did, but he was not making a decision. So in verse 22, we see that judge, having a more exact knowledge of the way. What's this way? It's mentioned twice here, the way of Jesus. They didn't refer to the Church of Christ here at that time. The time everybody was following Jesus was called the way. How cool is that, the way? So, but Felix, having a more exact knowledge about the way, put them off, saying, when Lysias the commander comes down, I will decide the case. Then he gave orders to the centurion for him to be kept in custody, and yet have some freedom, and not to prevent any of his friends from ministering to him. But some days later, Felix arrived with Drusilla, his wife, who was a Jewish, and sent for Paul and heard him speak about faith in Christ Jesus. But as he was discussing righteousness, self-control, and judgment to come, Felix became frightened and said, "Go away for the present, and when I have time, I will summon you." At that same time too, he was hoping that money would be given him by Paul. Therefore, he also used to send for him quite often and converse with him. But after 2 years had passed, Felix was succeeded by Porcius Festus, and wishing to do the Jews a favor, Felix left Paul in prison. So we see the person who was lacking in making a decision was Felix. So we see that Felix made a decision, okay, I'm going to delay this trial further. We're going to wait for this commander to come. So the commander could come anytime he wanted to. So notice, Paul's there for 2 years. And another guy succeeds him, and this commander still doesn't come to defend Paul. Which I think is really interesting. That he could make a decision. But what is more interesting, when I'm talking about making a decision, is we see from the text here that Felix heard the truth of the gospel. And he didn't do it. He didn't make a decision. As a matter of fact, the Bible even illuminates his true motive. The reason why he was truly, other than Paul being a Roman citizen, which was due him freedom, he could have been chained in prison if he wanted to, but he gave him all that freedom. He said, I was hoping that Paul's friends would give me money. It was about money. So his decision was money motivated. It wasn't on the truth, but notice that he said he was frightened by the truth of righteousness and self-control and judgment to come. He said that frightened him. Frightened him. You know, do you think there are people today that are frightened by the truth? They get scared. They're saying, oh, I hear about the judgment. I hear about Jesus Christ. I don't know what to do. The thing is, you can't be frightened by the truth. But we see his reaction was, go away. I'll send it to you some other time. It means that it sounds like Paul was having regular interactions with this, conversing with him, and then decided, you know what, I need to back off because I heard some truth, and it's convicting me that I'm not having self-control, clearly, and I'm not doing things righteous. Because remember, I'm about money, so I'm going to judge based on how much money you give me. So we know he's not a righteous judge. And that frightened me. But we see that I wonder, and I kind of can also imply from the text that the Jews must have given him money. He said he wanted to do a favor for the Jews. This man's not, he was bought off. That's why he left Paul in prison. The man was bought off. So he made his decision. But he can never come to a decision of the truth. The thing is, don't feel guilty when you're speaking about the truth to people and they don't come to the knowledge of the truth. You don't know the motives. You don't know the truths of the heart. You can't judge that. But you need to be able to speak the truth in love. You need to be able to face the lies that they might be spitting at you that you're going to be inclined to believe. So unless you have a relationship with them and know them, they might be putting up some lies that you're going to be facing. The thing is, but you must stand on the truth. But you see, you can't just stand on the truth if you're not living it. If you're just saying, well, I'll do a Bible study, but yet you're out there cussing, drinking, doing whatever you want to do, and looking like the world but not like Christ, like you have the truth, it's going to be hard to convert somebody. Because they're going to follow what you do over what you say. And that applies to people you do and do not know, especially the children. The point is, you've got to stand on truth. The reason why Paul was able to be defended successfully is he had the absolute truth. He wasn't just saying stuff, he was living it. And he could make a strong case for himself. You see, that's the thing. If you want to convert people for the gospel, you got to stand on the truth and give yourself the best position to argue from. I'm talking about being a good debater. Stand on the truth. Live it. So, this might be hard for you to understand, but how do I apply having faith in Christ to my life? How do I apply that? The first thing is, if you're living on truth, you should not be ashamed to tell people about the truth about the gospel. So are you telling others about your faith? Because you should be. And I wonder, okay, you say, well, I have a hard time reaching out to other people. Well, have you started with people in your family? If you're a parent, you need to be talking to your children. How about you start with them? How about you try to help convert your children to the truth of the gospel? And once you do that, then go out and talk to other people. Well, why don't you start with your family? And if they don't hear, why don't you start with your good friends? And if they don't hear, go for people you don't even know. Tell them about the gospel. See how you can ask? See how that can work there? But you got to be able to stand on the truth and be consistent with your message. So if you're saying I'm a Christian, you got to live like a Christian. That's if you stand on the truth of your message. And pass that faith in Christ test. Tell the truth about how you came to faith. So many people are afraid to tell how you became a Christian. Tell people how you were converted. Don't be afraid of that. That's what really can get some people sometimes is tell them how you were converted. Why you were converted. You know, if you came from a different background, it was religious, but it wasn't of the truth, tell people that. That stuff is powerful. You know, both of my parents, they grew up Methodist. Yeah, they produced a gospel preacher. But you know that at one point, my mom was drifting to an agnostic. She was really trying to find the science and try to disprove the Bible, and it worked the other way around. The point is, the reason why I know, she told me her story, and that was powerful for me to know that, you know, it's okay to have questions, but you need to be seeking the truth and being honest, being intellectually honest with yourself. The reason why she was able to be converted is because she was intellectually honest with herself. Tell the truth to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. Don't fall for those basic lies in your life. What's the definition of failure? How do you fail the test of faith in Christ? Is if you give up on your Christianity, as we've been studying in Hebrews, those who drifted away from the truth, they stopped accepting the truth, or you just outright live a rebellious life and you don't follow the truth. See, you're going to never know about the truth in ignorance, or you're going to stray away. Those are the only two groups when it comes to faith in Christ. You're going to ignorant of the truth, or you're going to stray away from the truth. But the thing is, if you're a Christian, you can always come back. If you don't have Christ at all, then you're not going to be able to get to the truth. Remember, I'm going to make this my new thing. Parents, give your children anchors. Don't give them floaties. Give them the anchors of the truth, not the floaties. They can get air and make them sink. You want an anchor as in anchor yourself to the truth, a ship that can permanently float, not a floaty that, you know, after a strong wind comes by and sinks you. Floaties only last so long, the anchor's permanent. It's supposed to be. It's iron. You know, we still have anchors from all those sunken ships that still are in our world today. Give your family, your friends, an anchor. Anchor of the truth. Faith in Christ Jesus. So I ask you today, can you stand on the truth? If you can't stand on the truth, Christian, the best thing is always repent. Be like David, humble yourself and repent before this group of people here. You can do that. And no one here is trying to judge you. We want people to come to you. We're a church family here. We've all made mistakes. I'm not perfect. Don't think you're preaching a perfect man. I'm not. You don't ask my wife. Don't believe me, ask my wife. If you are not a Christian and wondering, what in the world do I need to do to become a Christian? Let me tell you what you got to do. To be saved, first of all, you have to hear the word. You can see this in Acts chapter 16, verse 20 to 24. Hear the word of God. That's what I tried to mention today. Number two, you got to believe that Jesus Christ is the Son of God and have faith that He was risen from the dead. That's in Romans 1 through 16, Romans 10, chapter 10, verses 10 through 11, got to take steps. It means you might have to cut some people out of your life to get to Christ. Or you might have to straight up just stop wasting your money on things that are taking you to Christ. A repentant life means you don't go back to what you're doing. As we saw demonstrated in Acts 2:38, that those people are the ones that killed Jesus. You think, I'm too sinful, God can't save me? Those were the people that killed Jesus, and they asked forgiveness and were forgiven. And were baptized for some sins, and they became some strong Christians. There's nothing that God cannot forgive. We see this in Luke 13, 3-5, 1 Corinthians chapter 6, 9-11. You got to repent of your sins to become a Christian. You also have to confess Jesus before people. It's a public thing. Confess Jesus Christ as the Son of God. And then you have to be baptized. You don't wait a Sunday. There's not a baptism Sunday. If you want to become a Christian, you do that today. We have water right here. I can baptize you today. Or if you're thinking, I hear what you're saying, preacher, but I want to study some more. Come talk to me. I'll be in the back. I will study with you as long as it takes to become a member of the Lord's church, because it is that important. And most importantly, people always forget this, but you have to live a steadfast life. Live a repentant life. Meaning, it's not saying you don't mess up, but you got to keep on keeping on. You must continue to follow God. That means you be with the Lord's church. You come to church and be with one another, encourage one another. You look out for others' needs, and you tell other people, look what I have, and live it. Smile. You're a Christian. That's what you do. Hear, believe, confess, repent, and be baptized for the remission of your sins. If you have any needs today, I implore you to come forward as we stand, and as we sing.